Hi, you guys. So, I want to talk about essentially why I love Halloween, otherwise known as the spooky season. Now, I don't mind when people start honestly decorating when it comes to like August. I know some people are like, why? It's not even fall yet. I mean, I get it. You have July 4th, and then the next major holiday you have is October 31st. That's like 3 months. So I get why people start decorating in August. Like, you're also anticipating, like, your kids are going back to school, you want fall to come, like, you're kind of wanting to, like, wrap things up a bit. Like, okay, come on. And if you're anything like me, maybe you want, spooky season to come like now. And I think why I enjoy it so much is, you have not really the thought of the unknown, but like there's the part of it where you have that paranormal activity side with like ghosts and, demons and everything. Like myself, I haven't really had too much of an encounter with like going to like famous sites or anything. The only place that I've been to that has had an enormous like paranormal activity, like I'd say like recognition or like any known activity, was when I was at Fort Riley, and they made it like a field trip because it was like history based, and it was also around Halloween time. So, we went to different sites around Fort Riley, and they would share like the different ghost stories or as well as like the history behind that building. And the one that I remember the most is my friends, a few of them, they lived in a cul-de-sac, and in the median there were two cannons. They were inactive, like they didn't work anymore. But sometimes like there were nights where you could hear them like going off at one another. And my friends were like, yeah, I've heard them. And then, there's also been stories of like the creaking, like you hear footsteps, where maybe you shouldn't hear footsteps, like with the creaking floorboards and everything. You hear maybe like someone talking or like, screams or something. Um, and so we just went to different sites around base and heard those different stories. And that's like one part of it I really like, when it comes to like the movies that come out based on, the ghost stories, the demonic activity, what have you. Um, because it's kind of it's based on history, and I really enjoy history. Um, but then you also have like just the thought of, I would say, almost like being scared and like having almost some, I would say, fun with the holiday, like dressing up, going to maybe a Halloween party, having fun snacks, treats, that maybe like look a little, like fun, because I know some people like get really creative with like making eyeballs or, like making special drinks, that like, have fog coming out of them. But then you're able to go to like the haunted houses. I know, like for myself, I know this year I really want to try to go to a haunted house, because I've only done ones, whether it was like through college, that they would put up, or like Six Flags, they had like actors going around and like, scaring people, kind of like Halloween Horror Nights, but not really, because they don't have, I don't think, the houses. It was just like the actors going around. And so, like, it just feels like really interactive when it comes to Halloween in that time. And you also just have, even if you don't like you know, the horror movies and everything, but you like the parties and you like dressing up. Like, you have that element to it. And you also have the part where it's like, hey, it's fall. Like, now you can, not necessarily like you can't have these any other time of the year. Like, you could have candied apples any other time of the year. You could have pumpkin treats any other time of the year. But it just feels right during fall. I don't know why. Like, you can eat a pumpkin bar during the summer and it's fine, but then you eat it during the fall and it just feels different. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Like, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but it just feels a little different. Then you can go to the corn mazes, have some fun, go to the pumpkin patches. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, Halloween just has, I don't know. I just really enjoy Halloween for that, like, reason. And otherwise, like, a close it's always tied with Christmas just because of like the feeling with Christmas. It's like always joyous and like, you know, you feel like very wholesome and everything. But I really just love Halloween. I really do. um, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Um, and I don't know if, you know, let me know your thoughts down below if, you know, you're kind of like me, love the spooky season, and what your favorite part is. Feel free to leave that down below, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.